Welcome to Nerdschatting, movie, TV, comic chat. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome everybody to the Nerdschatting podcast. My name is Nathan, and with me, as ever, is my very good friend Ben. Hello, Ben. How are you?
Hello, Nathan. Very smooth opening.
Yeah.
Thank you. You bought me a drink.
I did buy you a drink. I've opened mine already. Yours is going to be incredibly loud when we
Well,
open it.
you've bought me a Coke Zero. I don't know if I've ever had a Coke Zero. I've had a Diet Coke.
There were no Diet Cokes in the shop.
What's the difference between a Coke Zero and a Diet Coke?
Coke Zero is for men.
Right. Okay.
That's
confirmed, is it?
That's not me being genuinely sexist. You know, make of my sexism what you will. But it's that the advertising is completely and utterly pitched at men. And if you look at the advertising for Diet Coke, it's pitched at women. It's horrible to do that.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
Is that really a thing?
That's categorically true. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
well, anyway,
it's the same.
Okay, well, I'm not even going to open it yet. I'll probably have it later on because I'm going to finish my Barocca, which is me, but on a really good day.
We are just one big ad today. Anyway, welcome everybody if you're a new listener. As I said, my name is Nate and with me is Ben, and we are the Nerds Chatting, and we talk about movies and TV shows and comic books and all things nerdy. And today, well, this week, there's been, in the news, I felt, personally, when I was looking at the nerdy news, you right there, just licking your lips and things, making lots of slippery noises?
Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. I felt in the nerdy news there was a fair amount of non-news around Marvel's Infinity War that's coming up. A lot of PR, a lot of stuff. So I thought, well, why don't we do something about that? Why don't we do a podcast around about the future of the MCU? Now, we've done a podcast last year about the future of the DCEU, or DCU as it's now called, we believe, and the future of the MCU. But we mostly were referencing in those podcasts the big story arcs, the way we thought we were going to go. So what we're going to talk about today when we get to it is the main characters that we feel deserve their own solo films.
Yes.
Now, before we get to that, though,
Sure.
should we do some breaking news?
Why not? Broken news.
So this is breaking news. It's not broken. No, this is broken news. Get it right.
Get it right.
Yeah, this is broken news. This is news that's so old it's not breaking. It's already broken. That's our thing.
That's correct. Yeah, that's how we pitch it.
So Flashpoint's got some new directors. The movie Flashpoint, which is essentially the Flash movie in the DCU, the DC universe, DC cinematic universe. That's a mouthful.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
So Flash isn't getting his own film; it's getting a Flashpoint film, which, as far as we can tell, probably is a Justice League 1.5.
Like Captain America: Civil War was Avengers 2.5. This is Justice League 1.5. So it'll have.
And why the hell not?
Yeah, why not? Absolutely.
It's a Flash-focused movie because Flashpoint in the comic books is a Flash-focused crossover.
Yeah. He'll be the driving force. Mm-hmm. The speed force. See, that's terrible.
I hate you.
Yeah.
So the directors cast are John Francis Daly and the directors who have been are in negotiations. I think it's happened.
Sure.
Is John Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein.
Now, what have they done before?
So
Have they only written things before?
they're best known for directing the pretty much universally hated Vacation reboot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what? I've seen that. It's not terrible.
Oh, there you go.
It's not terrible. If you like the vacation movies, it's more of the same.
And they were two of the many screenwriters on Spider-Man Homecoming, which is obviously a great movie.
Okay.
And they also did some scripts for Horrible Bosses, Burt Wonderstone, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2, Horrible Bosses 2.
So
I think they directed Game Night, which is coming out soon, which is the
got Jason Bateman. Yeah. So what I'm getting from this is they do a lot of comedy stuff,
slapstick comedy.
Yeah. Interesting. See, the tone of a Flashpoint movie, the tone of any Flash movie is going to have a little bit of comedy to it.
Well, Flash in
but the Flashpoint movie,
yeah, well, Flash in the Justice League was the comedy sidekick,
comic relief,
but without being on the nose. Like, he was fun. I liked him as a fun character.
I liked him in Flashpoint. I liked him in Justice League. Yeah,
It's very echo in here. It's bothering me so much.
it's all right. We'll fix it in post.
Yeah.
We'll never fix it in post.
I liked the way he was played in Justice League, but a lot of people, and I agree with those people, think that it wasn't a true representation to the comic book character.
No, it's a different Flash.
Yeah, and that's fine. I'm
More
fine with that.
Wally West.
Yeah, it is more
maybe?
Wally West, perhaps. Yeah.
Listen,
Doesn't matter. Anyway, so Flashpoint's
nothing
got some
matters. It
directors.
doesn't matter.
The reason,
It's moving forward.
the reason this is news is it's already lost 3 directors,
Cool.
and it's had a page 1 rewrite.
Are they involved in anything to do with the script? Redoctoring it to fit their specialities?
I believe it's a new draft.
Right.
So,
Okay.
I mean, I'm super keen for this movie. I need more.
Sure.
Because at the minute it's a theory.
You want a trailer, don't you?
No.
Hold your horses,
Yeah.
Nathan.
But at the minute it's a theoretical concept. It's not a thing. Do you know what I mean? It's not. At the minute it's. We're thinking about making a Flashpoint movie, and we'll probably have these people in it.
And these guys
people
directing it.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
yeah.
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 Sure. I think, we'll wait and see, won't we?
Now,
That's all we can do.
Is it right to say that Batfleck was given the opportunity to direct it?
I believe he was, and I believe he said no thank you. And haven't we heard that Flashpoint could be his... I mean, there's always a bloody news article, and I almost don't even want to say it because people will be like, oh my God, this is where it is this week, and eye-rolling. But isn't potentially Flashpoint going to be Batfleck's last hurrah as Batman, which leads into our next news story?
Yes. I mean, it does lead into a next news story. I appreciate you saying it. I also think it's bollocks, but okay. But supposedly...
Yeah.
Right, okay. Jake Gyllenhaal is the number one actor to replace Ben Affleck as Batman, according to Matt Reeves. Well, according to people's opinions of what Matt Reeves has said. Matt Reeves is the director. Again, supposedly at the minute, the signed-on director for the Batman spin-off solo movie of his own from in the DC Cinematic Universe.
DCCU?
I think it's just DCU. Because DC is like a contraction already anyway. It's Detective Comics. So it's Detective Comics Cinematic Universe.
Detective Comics Cinematic Universe. DCCU.
Yeah. Excellent. Got it right now.
We've nailed it.
Yeah. If it was like Italian, you'd say it like you when there's 2 consonants next to each other, you say it like there's 4 of them. So now there are 4 of them. We need to say it like there's 12 of them. So it's like
Okay. I've got no idea what you're talking
Do you know
about.
I learned this week that the difference between an initialism and an acronym. Do you know the difference between an initialism and an acronym?
No, tell me.
An acronym you can say as a word. So, for example, FIFA, the football thing.
Yes.
What is it?
Football International.
Federation
of International Football Association or something like
So you
that.
say that as a word, FIFA. You don't say FIFA. An initialism is where you say MCU. So it's not an acronym, it's initialism.
I think I've fallen asleep.
Anyway, what were we talking about? So Jake Gyllenhaal supposedly is the person to replace Batfleck.
I mean, he's circled superhero properties for so long. He really has.
And the quote goes. Now, this quote is from.
Hang on. He's someone who works in the wardrobe department at DC Cinematic Comics Universe.
It's from Revenge of the Fans.
Okay, right, okay.
Gyllenhaal is probably Batman. Affleck is not out yet. That's the thing. He still has a contract, but the studio is sour on him. If Ben rolls, Jake is in. Kind of a weird web. These guys both know they control each other's destiny.
Okay. Ugh. Let's not talk about that anymore. We can't talk about it anymore.
I think we need an embargo on it because the amount of times
It's all
we've mentioned
speculation
Batfleck
and
being in and out.
do you know what? Do you know how I feel about that? I feel about that how you feel about X-Men movie content. I feel like I have lost all interest in it, and anytime it's brought up, I'm just like,
But the trouble is, that's the way that Ben Affleck came across in Justice League. His portrayal of Batman in Batman vs Superman is the greatest version of Batman that will ever be on screen. It was incredible.
Agreed, even with all the killing.
Yep, it was fantastic in every way, right? He had this smouldering inferno under the surface of rage, and he was incredible.
Vengeance.
His physicality was incredible. Everything about it was great. Justice League came along, and he looked like he couldn't be bothered.
Yeah. I'm sure he could when he was acting in the Zack Snyder version of the Justice League.
Perhaps.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah,
let's not
we're
do
doing
this
it.
anymore, please.
Should we talk about something else?
Please, God.
Okay. So supposedly, this is massive rumor.
Right.
Now, last week we spoke about Venom.
Yeah, we did.
Because they have released next to nothing about it, but enough to make me go, oh, okay. Yeah, all right, okay, yeah. Supposedly, Tom Holland is going to be in Venom in some form of cameo.
So that ties it in.
So
that's in your Venn diagram you talked about. That's where that's the little crossover bit. So Marvel's the big circle.
Yep.
Tom Holland's on the edge of that.
Yeah.
And then
Venom,
the other circle,
Sony's
circle.
yeah.
Venom's in that side, and it crosses over with Tom. So okay.
So this was the sort of on-off rumor for ages, right? But John Schnepp, who is some dude, fairly important dude that I should know about.
Producer?
Yeah, maybe. Why not?
Probably.
He said Spider-Man is going to be in Venom. For the last couple of months, we've been hearing that Sony is keeping it all separated. And Spider-Man is in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but every other character that's in Spider-Man universe is separate. All I'm saying is that Spider-Man, and I'm talking about Tom Holland's Spider-Man, is going to be in Venom. So it's people are saying it's categoric. Now there's a second rumor that's come out just today.
You mean this is breaking news?
This is breaking news.
Okay.
So again, it's John Schnepp from Collider.
Okay.
Has said Tom Holland was on set filming scenes on Venom for at least 2 days as Peter Parker. Now that's the crucial element.
Yes.
Peter Parker.
Now this makes
Spider-Man.
sense to me. This makes sense to me because what I'm led to believe here is that someone who works for this company that is of ill repute, you said last week. I forget what the company's called.
Something Foundation, yeah. Yeah.
So someone who works there has an inkling that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and they've done something. They've got like a sample of his DNA or something like that, or maybe they've taken some of his webbing. I don't know what, but whatever they've done, they've got something on Parker. They're mixing it with whatever it is they're doing to create their little symbiote things, and that's what gives it the Spider-Man type properties. That's why Venom will go swinging along, and he'll have like the spider on his chest because it's got properties from Spider-Man. That's what we were always worried. How could they do Venom without having Spider-Man or Peter Parker in it? Now they're potentially saying they might have him there.
See, I don't think it'll go that far. If I'm truly honest, I think it'll be they pass in the Daily Bugle. It'll be the first instance of Peter showing pictures to J.J. Jameson of Spider-Man, and it'll literally just be, oh, hey, Eddie, hey, Peter, how them pictures going along? Yeah, pretty good, thanks, Eddie. And then off he goes.
Sorry, was that your Peter Parker impression?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, whatever.
Can you hear the New York accent?
No, not at all.
Oh, right, okay.
I can hear the Billy Ricky accent, but yeah.
It's really dark in here now.
It has just gone very dark. It's almost like the third Death Star has just finished sucking up all the sun, the rays from the sun, and now it's going to fire. Now it's really, really bright. Can you just angle it the other way a little bit? Well, look, I can't. There you go. That's better. That's better. Now I can see again. God. Right.
I'm okay about this.
Yeah. Fine. Makes sense. If they put him in it, it makes sense. That was the concern we always had. How can you have a Venom movie and not have Spider-Man in it? Because Venom comes from... He absorbs part of Spider-Man's power. That's why he is the way he is.
Again, I don't care about that. It doesn't bother me. I'm okay with it.
I'm bothered about it.
I'm giving up on that. And much like forgiveness sets you free, I've forgiven Sony for being total shits about the movie, and just let them do their thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Yeah, whatever. Live your life, Sony. Just don't get it wrong.
No.
Don't get it wrong.
That's fine.
Okay, good.
Okay, so we're going to move on to the Marvel stuff. So we're kind of in the Marvel vein anyway.
Sure.
It looks like all of Disney's animated Marvel shows are coming to an end.
When you say all of Marvel's animated shows, What are we talking about?
Avengers Assemble, Guardians of the Galaxy, and the new Spider-Man cartoon.
So why is that? Is that because they're going to do something else now that includes... Well, but the thing is, though, is Marvel animated properties includes X-Men, doesn't it? Or it did?
Not sure.
Okay.
But it's all coming to a very interesting point in all mediums. Infinity War is happening, and it's a big event. I'm not sure of the storylines of the animated shows, but we know that Disney are offering a streaming service and probably want brand new shiny content that probably wants to tie into the Marvel Cinematic Universe in some way or other.
I see.
Or at least be versions of those characters.
So you think this is something that might be an off-spin of Avengers 4 after the MCU has its reset or whatever it is, or it goes the way it's going to go, which is going to be vastly different or what have you. Yeah,
and a lot of the Disney theme parks are having refurbs. A lot of the Star Wars content's been refreshed in like Disneyland Paris and in Disneyland in America. Probably some of the superhero content's going to be pushed harder there. It's. I think they're just ducks in a row, getting them all lined up. It wouldn't surprise me if someone sensible has said, "Do you know what? Why don't we get it all looking similar so that everyone buys stuff that looks the same, and you don't go to the toy store and go, oh, that figure's from the cartoons. I don't want that one. I want the movie one." Well, lo and behold, it's the same character and the same look and the same feel. And
if only they could get their comics sorted. Sorry. Sorry. I'm down to one Marvel comic now. That's Champions. That's it.
I wonder if one day Marvel Comics will just go away. Or all comics will just go away. And it'll just be a media
I hope
outlet.
all comics don't just go away, because comics are amazing.
And there are hundreds, thousands of great comics that are not the big two. But what I mean is, are they really going to be putting out? Maybe they've got these great writers. Maybe they want to put those great writers into the bigger money making products. I don't know.
This is massive speculation from them ending 3 animated animated series.
Oh, sorry, I got an itch.
Okay.
There we go.
You don't want to know what he's itching.
I'll edit that out.
No, you won't.
I won't.
Never edit it out.
I just think it's interesting. I think it's really interesting that Marvel, Disney are kind of lining things up. It feels to me like lots of stuff is kind of being just set in motion or paused for a refurb, a revamp.
So they've got a Spider-Man cartoon, have they?
Yeah.
That's interesting, because aren't Sony bringing out Enter the Spider-Verse?
Oh, that's a movie, though.
But it's animated.
Yeah.
And it's Spider-Man and Miles Morales Spider-Man.
Yeah. But it's a one-off.
Okay. All right. Fine. Yeah. And I have no opinion on this whatsoever.
Well, and that's been made and ready to go.
Sure. Yeah. But it's... Okay. So is that Marvel lending their animated Spider-Man Peter Parker to Sony? I don't know either. If only there was some... I can't be bothered.
Do you know what? And actually, I think Sony and Marvel's relationship clearly is much,
on the ups.
But it's much bigger than we thought it was.
Yeah.
We initially thought, the internet, the nerd community, thought that it was like a one and done Homecoming or Homecoming 2, and we're out. But it's not. He's in the Avengers films. He is an Avenger. You've got the Venom crossover thing happening. There's more to this. They've the smart move, as we said when Homecoming came out. The smart move really is work together.
Yeah, you want to make all the money. You want to make so much money that all the guys in the suits in the offices making all these decisions go home richer than they've ever gone before. Share. I
wonder if the success of Homecoming has opened the gates for all this other stuff.
Well, like Disney buying Fox and things like that.
Yeah, but more than that. But just with the Sony relationship, it wouldn't surprise me if in the contract there was a literal black and white where it said, if Spider-Man Homecoming makes profit in excess of XXX, we will continue this contract and expand it.
Disney owns the world.
With these optionals. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it wouldn't even surprise me if they literally had options of expand Sony's cinematic universe to include Marvel's cinematic, expand the animated version. They would have all the different options available. And I know it sounds really cynical, but I really believe they probably had it in black and white. If it makes this much money profit, then we'll do this, this, and this. If it makes this much money, we'll do even these other things as well. It wouldn't surprise me. And guess what? Homecoming was critically just absolutely loved and made all the money, and has got a sequel coming, and all the fans loved it. It's great.
I can't help but think that part of me feels that you're reaching quite a lot from Disney cancelling 3 animated shows to there's an undercurrent of conspiracy throughout this whole thing, and there's contracts about contracts, and the small print is all over the shop.
The Venom thing and the Fox stuff, you can see it all fitting, right?
Well, yeah, and there's today's topic as well. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
So, sticking with Marvel,
Sure.
Lego.
Okay. Now, I think we have to put a prefix here, don't we?
So spoilers now. For the next X amount of minutes, check the notes because Ben will put...
Yeah, I'll put it in the timestamps. Yeah, it'll be out this evening.
What we're going to do now is we're going to talk about all of the air quotes spoilers that the Lego toys have revealed about Avengers Infinity War.
I'm about to click on the link.
I've got it here. I can talk you through it if you like.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Obviously, these are
spoilers
all,
now.
Yeah, now. Obviously, these are all possible nonsense because toys quite often are nonsense, like Superman having a motorbike sometimes, and do you know what I mean? You always buy something.
I've always felt that Superman should have a motorbike.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So there could be nonsense on there, but a lot of this might be, oh my God, you're doing your knuckles.
Yeah.
That's just caught on
Deal with
the
it.
microphone.
I don't care.
Okay. So the first thing is the crossover of the Defenders. Apparently it's happening. Apparently the Defenders will be in Infinity War, and the reason we know this is in one of the toys there's a newspaper, a Lego newspaper, and on the front it says, "Crime floods the streets," and Daredevil's face is on it.
Okay.
So there might be a...
That just means that could just mean that they're referencing the Defenders.
Absolutely.
Not the Defenders are in Infinity War, but fine.
But wouldn't it be likely that there was a 3-minute sequence where action is happening and we pan down and there are the Defenders fighting away?
I've said for ages that it's a massive missed opportunity if they don't have the Defenders in Infinity War in the MCU at some point.
Yeah, but the only thing they might do is, we said before about the streaming service, the Disney streaming service, moving from Netflix. The only thing they might do is recast all of those guys. So if they do that, if they've got plans to do that, they might leave them out of Infinity War. Or they might leave them in Infinity War, and then Infinity Gauntlet will
resets everything.
Reset. Exactly.
Yeah.
So theoretically, Daredevil's in this.
Okay, fine.
I cannot tell you how happy young Tim was about this.
I'm sure he was.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I think I remember reading that he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't he put
like,
confirmed? As well?
I was like,
I love when Tim writes
Yeah,
confirmed because
confirmed.
you know he's winding us up. At the same time,
he's really
underneath
excited.
it all, he's really hoping that it actually is confirmed.
And like it was like confirmed ! And I just replied with confirmed ?
Okay, next
thing is that Peter Dinklage, we know, is in Infinity War. We don't know what he's playing. Apparently, he's playing Tor. We're saying that's right, Tor.
Spell that.
Tor. He is theoretically rumored to be playing one of the dwarves of Nidavellir. Yeah, nailed it.
Are we allowed to say the D word? Is it not like a smaller person?
Hey, look, when you're talking
It's
about
not a person
human
of smaller
beings,
stature.
when you're talking about human beings, you can say whatever you like. The PC thing to say is, but this character, much like an elf, is a dwarf.
Right. So we're talking like matey from Lord of the Rings.
Gimli.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, I didn't write this damn thing.
No, that's
Just telling
fine.
you what's been reported.
That's fine. You're reading it as the internet has written it. That's fine.
Now, the reason for that might be that Thor needs a weapon to fight Thanos with, and maybe Peter Dinklage's character is making that.
Right. So that is the other hammer that he uses in the absence
axe.
of axe. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Which haven't we seen that or the handle of that in some of the what was it like
Concept art.
the concept art?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Where you've got Rocket and then you've got Thor just behind him holding that thing. What's that axe called again? It's got a name.
Yeah, I'll get to that in a second.
Oh, okay. Right. Fine. I'm jumping ahead.
You are. Apparently, it's been confirmed that the Soul Stone is in Wakanda.
Of course it is. How can their technology be as advanced as it is without some kind of infinity gem or stone?
T'Challa uses it to communicate with his ancestors, apparently. So that'll be revealed next month in Black Panther.
Okay, fine, fair enough.
So Nidavellir, which is the place where Thor goes to, gets the Axe Thunderer. Axe Thunderer.
Axe Thunderer. That's what this thing is called.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
The Iron Spider we know is in it. That's one of the toys is the Iron Spider.
Yeah.
Vision's Infinity Stone apparently is going to be removed by not Corvus Glaive, but by Shuri from Black Panther. Don't ask me why.
We have to wait 4 months and then we'll find out.
Big spoilers now.
Oh, those weren't big spoilers?
No.
Okay, right.
Bruce Banner is in the Hulkbuster suit.
Sure.
According to Lego.
Yeah.
Could be nonsense. There's a whole sequence in Attack on the Sanctum Sanctorum.
Sure, which we've sort of seen in the trailer already.
And there's a, air quotes, final battle whereby Thanos is wielding the Infinity Gauntlet and a massive sword and fighting Iron Man and the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
There you go.
But this is all Lego stuff, which is all potentially
all Lego
bullshit.
stuff. It's very likely all utter bullshit.
The thing is I'd say probably 75% of that is spoilers for the movie and the rest is just toy stuff.
Yeah. But if those things weren't in there, wouldn't we be annoyed?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so we kind of got it's pretty much a given that the Soul Stone or the whatever the final Infinity Stone was going to be in Wakanda.
Yeah,
because their technology is so advanced, that it makes sense. You look at how the Red Skull got the technology out of the
Tesseract.
The Tesseract.
Yeah,
and that was in World War II. So it stands to reason that 70 years later, an African nation that has had a Soul Stone in their possession for who knows how long would have advanced their technology
beyond the rest of the world.
Far beyond the rest of the world. Make Star Tech look like Duplo, not even Lego.
Nope.
There you go. So I brought it back round.
Very good, thanks.
Circular.
Yeah. And also they've been saying, they have said that Black Panther is intrinsically important to the Infinity War film, and a lot of people are like, what? How?
Well, that stands to reason why they're fighting on the plains of Wakanda in the trailer.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, we've done it.
Yeah, we've done it.
We've done it.
That's the last of the news, even though a lot of it, in fact, all of it was rumour and speculation today.
Breaking speculation. That's what this section's called, right?
So, should we do some Nerdscene?
Yeah. Nerdscene.
So I've watched Star Trek Discovery.
Me too.
That's all I've done this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I watched a load of Fail Army.
Why?
Because it's funny.
Yeah, but I didn't think you liked Fail Army. I just hit the microphone. So unprofessional. I've sent you Fail Army clips in the past.
Not true.
You've been, yes, I have. And you've
talking
been
about
like,
someone else.
yeah, it's all right, it's not really for me.
You're thinking about your other boyfriend.
No, I'm not.
You
I'm
are.
thinking about you.
No.
The boyfriend that's sat in front of me right now.
No, lies.
This is your new house guest has brought this into the realms of your existence.
Funnily enough, it has only happened since the mini Italian has arrived.
Yeah.
But it's not because of him.
Okay.
We just were like, yeah, should we watch some funny stuff? Yeah, that's funny.
Fail Army is hilarious.
Yeah, it is,
I mean,
yeah.
a lot of the time you do watch duplicate stuff
Yeah.
that you've seen before.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's great fun.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
watching Fail Army.
Yeah,
And getting it back to disco, this week's Discovery was great. It wasn't as good as last week's.
Oh, I'd say it was
But
good.
it was another great episode. And they're still in this mirror universe. Mirror. Say mirror.
Mirror.
How do I say it right?
Don't know.
Mirror.
It's so good. It's
Mirror.
so wicked. It's so great.
And they haven't wrapped it up.
No.
Which is what I asked for last week. I said don't wrap it up after
Yeah.
2 episodes. And they haven't. That's great.
Just a wonderful moment where they beam down and they're in an away party, and I was just sat there thinking to myself, oh my God, this feels like old school original series Star Trek, like proper good. I was so pleased with it.
It's pretty good.
The only thing I wasn't pleased with. Now this
Okay.
is spoilers for the show. I'm sorry, everyone, but Vok in the Mirror Universe was clearly played by the actor playing the human. Tyler, whereas before he was not.
Disagree. Go back and watch it.
No, agree. Vok was twice the size and had a different voice.
Okay. Disagree. Anyway, it's very, very good.
Yeah.
It's very good. My next thing to clear off my reading pile is there was a little vote. It was out of Irredeemable and The Complete Luther Strode, and Irredeemable won. So I'm about halfway through the first trade, and after that I've got 9 more trades to go.
And it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. I mean, at the moment it's all build up. It's sort of telling you a little bit about, like, it brutally kills 3 characters in the first 5 pages, and you're like, holy crap, did that just happen?
For context, Irredeemable is Mark Waid's version of more or less what if Superman was a bad guy.
Yeah.
The premise starts with Superman in this, the Plutonian, lives as much as Clark Kent did, all the way up to working at the Daily Planet.
Yeah.
With a Lois type character.
Yeah.
He reveals himself to Lois, the Lois type character, and the Lois type character shuns him and says, "Oh my God, you've been lying to me this whole time. How can I possibly trust you?"
She deals with it actually probably in the way that a normal human being would deal with being lied to for that amount of time.
Yeah. How can I feel anything for you? I had feelings for both of you.
Yeah.
But you're actually the same person.
Yeah.
You've been lying to me this whole time. You've been playing me. Blah blah blah. And so the Plutonian loses it. He can't handle the rejection.
It's not just that. It seems to be a series of events that gradually make him not be the hero anymore.
Let's just say that that's the tipping point.
Sure.
And he's clearly unstable anyway.
Very much so.
And when that happens, he goes to the extreme unstable, and many people die.
Yeah. Like he destroys half of the city in a rage one day just because he can.
He becomes a genocidal overlord.
Yeah.
And that's not spoilers for the comic.
No, it's not. And what the comic run seems to be, what do you do?
Yeah.
How do you survive when the world's greatest superhero becomes the world's biggest threatening supervillain?
And so there are characters alongside it that are sort of parallels but not identical to Justice League and the Avengers and those sorts of things. So there's a series, a group of
there's very much like a Robin character almost or something. Yeah. Do you know what? It's great. I can't wait to read more of it. It's going to take me a little while to clear this one down, but I will crack on.
It's well good. It's well worth it.
I will crack on.
Now, what I will say to you, Ben, is that I know you've got lots to read, but the sort of sister comic to Irredeemable is
Incorruptible.
It's called Incorruptible, and the premise for that, it's in the same universe, it's in the same world, same characters. It's about this super villain.
Villain? What the hell is a villain?
A super villain.
Yeah.
Who's not because of the Plutonian's change, but for various different reasons, at the same time as the Plutonian losing his mind, decides to turn over a new leaf and becomes a good guy. So you've got this good guy as a bad guy, and this bad guy is a good guy.
Is it written by Mark Waid again?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
And it's great. And the character, his powers are, I'm sure I've told you this before, he's nigh on impervious and super strong while he's awake. When he sleeps, it resets him to being human, and then it takes a little while, and his powers then come back.
That's
his powers have to wake up.
Right.
So he has
so his powers are dormant when he's asleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for a period when he's awake.
Ah.
And he's like a human, so if he's awake for too long, he goes a bit crazy. You know, like you need sleep to exist.
I'm a robot, Nate. I don't need sleep.
Oh, that's true, yeah. You feel nothing.
Feel nothing for no one.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So there are times when he has to sleep, so he has to come up with inventive ways of where to sleep and where he can hide, because obviously the Plutonian will be able to find him.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I'll read it one day. I'm not going to go out and buy it because this is my New Year's resolution, which I'm going to stick to. First one probably ever. I'm going to clear this freaking reading list backlog and not buy anything until it's all gone, other than my single issues, which I get every week. Yeah, that's right. Oh, I've also put down to get issue 1 of Oblivion Song, which is Robert Kirkman's new comic book, which is coming out in March.
It's going to be no Invincible.
Of course, it won't be invincible. Nothing's invincible, but it will be, it will be a bit more Kirkman in my life, which is good. And Gideon Falls, which is I think the new Jeff Lemire.
Oh yeah.
Story. I'll try issue 1 and see what it's all about.
Anyway, that's it. I should say while we're in Nerdscene,
Sure.
Rob, regular.
Nerdschatting correspondent.
Yeah, regular, irregular Nerdschatting host. I mean, he's at the Dick Doctor this week.
Sure.
Again.
Yeah,
he's got serious problems.
I heard it was dripping.
They should just cut it off. He doesn't use it anyway. I mean, but yeah, anyway. But he saw 3 billboards.
Yes, right.
He said it was film of the year.
Film of the year.
Yeah. It's the
18th of January. Okay. But already we have a film that's an Oscar contender, which we sort of always suspected anyway.
Yeah. I'd like to see it. I'm not sure if I can get to the cinema to see it. I want to see Darkest Hour as well, and I want to see something else that's out, and I can't remember. But it's the season for it, isn't it?
Coco?
Yeah, I'd like to see Coco.
Yeah. I would have thought the Italian would want to see that because it's Disney Pixar.
Maybe. We haven't got time, man.
Too busy. Too busy being a bird nerd.
Got life stuff going on.
What about putting here in Nerdscene? You normally talk about your life. What about...
You want me to talk about my bird nerd stuff?
For 30 seconds, go.
I had a bird watching day. That wasn't just going out and looking at birds. I was with an expert, and I learnt all about all sorts of birds of Europe and England.
And stop. That's it. I've already had enough. Yeah, very good. You're a bird nerd now.
I got these beautiful pair of binoculars.
You're a peeping Tom.
And there was there were 3 starlings in my garden the other day. Starlings. They were beautiful.
What have I done?
Their colour was like, oil. You know the colour of oil that has that shimmer, that mother of pearl shimmer?
Yes.
Green with that going across it and speckled with yellow. It was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen, and it was in my garden. 3 of them.
Great.
Such an asshole. Right, topic time. MCU, what's next?
Found it. Yes.
Right, first thing again, stick with Rob. He will get his dick sorted, I promise you. But he's at the doctor's and he really, he's got so. But he said to me, I said to him, what films should there be solo adventures for?
So this is after Avengers 4, which is coming out next April, May.
Yeah.
So this April we've got Infinity War, which is Avengers 3.
Yeah.
And then Avengers 4 is Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity...
Who knows?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yada, yada. Then the MCU is going to look, in air quotes, very different.
Yes, absolutely.
So we say, after that, which characters deserve their own solo adventure, their own solo outing. So this is after, apparently Avengers Infinity War is going to have a scene with 40 heroes in it.
Apparently
There's
so.
talk about Black Widow having her own movie.
Absolutely. So it triggered in our minds, like, who else should do a movie? Who should have their own film?
Disney are buying Fox.
Yeah, exactly. All this sort of stuff.
All this sort of thing.
But also, we're now, I think we've come to a point with the superhero genre where it's not necessarily a genre anymore. Or maybe how do I say this? You can make any genre of movie with superheroes in them. It's a staple of movie making now.
Yes. Yes, it is. It's its own thing. It's its own genre.
So what I mean by that is that we're mature enough as cinema goers to accept a lot of different concepts now.
Yeah.
And they don't have to be intrinsically tied in to a thread that's going to resolve itself in 10 movies' time.
Sure.
What you can do is chuck out there a crazy, wacky, strange idea, but because we're mature enough as cinema goers, we understand the concepts, we understand the world it's built upon, we understand the foundations. Not every one of these movies has to be an origin story.
Absolutely. And think about it as well. In 2008, Iron Man was a massive gamble.
Yeah.
In 2012? No, 2014, Guardians of the Galaxy. Who knew, other than comic book fans, in the public zeitgeist, who knew who the Guardians of the Galaxy were? Not very many people.
No,
and now they've had 2 movies. I'm going to sneeze.
Bless you.
Bless me. I'm so sorry.
Everyone now knows who the Guardians of the Galaxy are.
Exactly.
Right? Okay. So, sticking back with that, I asked Rob about this. Are you going to sneeze again? Bless you, that was a proper sneeze that time. So I asked Rob about this as well, and hopefully
sorry.
I'm not going to trample on your choices, but I can only remember one. He said 2 to me. He said Black Widow, but we know Black Widow's getting a movie.
Yep, fine. Yep,
theoretically.
And it could be an all-female Marvel character movie as well.
Maybe, but I think she should get her own film.
I think so as well. I don't think she needs to have supporting characters. That could come after. That could come as the sequel, maybe. Yeah. Can we just for a second?
I will get to Rob's choices.
Can we just stop? Because I need to blow my nose.
Okay, hang on. We'll pause. It'll be no time for anyone else, but go. I wish I'd recorded that. It was like an elephant.
I'm so sorry.
So the other thing that Rob said was Winter Soldier, and I think that's a fair shout. I think he's the
Winter Soldier.
Yeah, as the Winter Soldier, because he had a cracking run in the film The Winter Soldier. He's an interesting character, and in the comics, he has many storylines as the Winter Soldier,
and part of the Thunderbolts as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
So are we talking as the Winter Soldier after he's been deprogrammed, or when he's programmed as the Winter Soldier?
After he's deprogrammed, I reckon.
That would be quite interesting, actually, because it would be a spy feature, wouldn't it? Pretty much.
There is a little bit of a spoiler for Infinity War here now. So very quickly,
okay,
Steve Rogers is not playing Captain America in Infinity War.
No, he's playing Nomad.
He's playing Nomad. He signed a shield. Chris Evans signed a shield as Nomad, and Sebastian Stan, who's Winter Soldier, signed I'm with Nomad. So that's official now.
Okay, sure.
Now in the comics, when Steve Rogers goes away for a bit, Bucky takes over the mantle as Captain America.
Yeah.
I love his costume.
When you say he goes away for a bit, you mean when he dies?
Yeah, gets lost in time, yeah.
Yeah, the Red Skull puts him back in time.
Doesn't. It's not going to happen in the film. But so he takes on that mantle. And that would be interesting in the films, and I hope we get to that one day. But actually, I think Sebastian Stan is a darker actor. He has a tone about him. He can portray more internal struggle than Chris Evans. Chris Evans is great.
Chris Evans is fantastic.
He is great. But he is great as the Superman, Captain America, idealistic, you follow me, I'm the leader. He does that really well.
He inspires hope.
Absolutely.
He does the right thing.
Whereas Sebastian Stan, I think, can do Winter Soldier.
He plants himself in the river of truth and says, no, you move.
Wow.
There you go. Thank you.
So that wasn't my shout.
I think I got that
That was
wrong,
Rob's shout, and I think that would be a good shout.
No, yeah, both good shouts. Both good shouts. Did he have a third?
He may be, but I've forgotten. I was too interested in looking at his dick.
God's sake. That's so wrong.
We've gone with it. We're sticking with it.
Okay, what's your first one? Because he hasn't spoiled any of the three that I've got.
Okay.
Go.
Spider-Woman. Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman.
Agreed. However,
can I just say...
isn't she owned by Sony?
Can I just say...
Yeah.
Super proud of myself and my choices. I chose these, top of my head, straight away. I was like, these are the ones I want. And when I re-looked at my list, I was like, diverse as hell. Oh, yes.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Spider-Woman. Do you know why?
Sure. Okay.
Because it's got a recognisable name.
Spider something.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is precedent in the comic books. She's been around for a long time.
Yeah, we're not saying she's old.
No,
but
but the character's been around.
Yeah.
It's a super smart, super sexy, strong female character.
Isn't she? Doesn't she work for Shield?
Well,
or
that's what makes it an interesting story, because you can make it a spy espionage much more than the Winter Soldier film was, because she is indoctrinated into Hydra as a young girl. Under false pretenses, and then she discovers that they're actually evil,
they're the bad guys.
Becomes a
sleeper agent.
Not sleeper agent. But she's a double agent for Shield and Hydra, and then her allegiances are torn. She has love interests across the board about different people.
Why is she called Spider-Woman? Does she have any powers that Spider-Man has?
They're similar.
Go for it.
One moment, please.
I'm sure she can emit blasts of some kind out of her hands.
Yeah.
I know she's friends with Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel.
Okay, hang on. One
I'm pretty sure she can fly.
Okay, abilities. So she's Master Spy. She's superhuman strength, speed, durability, reflexes, and senses.
Okay.
She has some form of flight. She has a pheromone manipulation, so she can control the pheromones in the room, and that helps her to manipulate the situations. She has bioelectric energy projection, which is kind of like
she can shoot blasts out of her hands.
They're small blasts, but they're more like a spider bite version. So if she's close to you, she can do it, and you get it hurt, and she can walk crawl.
Cool. Okay.
She's an amazing character. She's great, and I love the depth of that double agent, the spy espionage.
Yeah.
And she's a superhero.
She had a really interesting, of all the, don't get me wrong, I read Civil War 2 and I read all the tie-ins, and the tie-ins that she had in Civil War 2 were very, very interesting because she was juggling doing, actually I think at this point though, I think she was being a private eye.
Right.
She was a little bit more like Jessica Jones, but not.
Okay.
And she was juggling that whilst being a mother, whilst trying to help or give advice to Carol Danvers, who was like, "Oh, I don't know what to do." And it was very, very good. Couldn't tell you who wrote it. Couldn't tell you who did the artwork, but I know it was good. Yep. So yeah, I'd agree with that. That's a good one.
I think that would be such a great storyline.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, well done.
Thank you. What's your first one?
The Vision.
I knew you were going to say Vision. I knew it.
Now, don't get me wrong, I understand that it's likely that the Vision may not live past Avengers Infinity War. However, we know that there is, that filmed in Avengers 4 is a flashback to the first Avengers movie, because Cap's in that terrible suit that he was in that film, with the wig that he had, I guess. I just think that in some way, shape or form, he survives everything that happens in these two movies. However, he comes to the understanding and the realization, bearing in mind that when he was 1 day old, he said to Ultron, or he agreed with Ultron, that humanity is doomed. I think he comes to the realization that, yes, they are doomed. Look what almost happened to me. I'm going to create myself a family. And he does, very much like the Tom King run on the Visions that we had. However, he doesn't create a wife, because Scarlet Witch is his wife, live-in partner, what have you.
Okay.
And he creates a son and a daughter, and then things become, because they are.
Oh my God!
They are sort of versions of. They have like imprints of Ultron within them. Maybe one of them is good, and the other one has more Ultron in than you would like, and the other one is bad.
But you could lead on to a massive Avengers movie of House of M from that.
Exactly, because those children then die in some way. It sends Scarlet Witch crazy, and she destroys everything. How great is that?
That's a 3-movie arc. That is.
Thank you very much.
Because you'd have Avengers
just with the Vision.
You'd have Avengers 4.5.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
because it'd be like Civil War.
But the first movie, what I'm talking about, the solo outing, is the Vision going, do you know what? I cannot rely on all these people around me. I've had a civil war with them. I've accidentally disabled one of them. We've gone to war. I died. I kind of came back somehow. I'm making leaps of faith here. The only person I can count on is my relationship with Wanda. That's her name, right? Wanda?
Wanda Maximoff, yeah.
Thank you. And you know what? We can't have kids, but I'm going to create kids. Somehow. I don't know.
No,
Science.
I think you've got there as a premise that is brilliant.
Thank you.
And I wonder what your plot would be for just one movie, because there has
Well,
to
what
be
the hell would your plot be for,
I don't know.
for Jessica Drew? Spider-Woman, come on, what's your plot? This wasn't a thing. Come on, what's going on?
Hydra's trying to destroy the world, and she has to balance her relationship with people within Hydra and knowing that she works for S.H.I.E.L.D. as well.
The Vision wants a family, creates one with Wanda Maximoff, and it all goes wrong.
Yeah, no, I get it. No,
I'm
not questioning you. I'm trying to develop it.
You feel like you're stepping to me over here. Do you know what I mean? You're stepping to me.
I'm sorry. What?
I don't know what I'm saying.
No, great. Yeah.
I thought that would be pretty good. I thought that would work.
They've already got casting in place.
Sure.
They've got recognisable characters they can roll out.
You know what I have to say? Of the 3 options that I've got, 2 of them are already cast. Yeah, that's right.
Mine aren't.
No, I didn't think they would be.
Yeah. Do you want to hear my second one?
Sure, yeah. If people have finished hearing about my first one, are you? I think they agreed. Yeah.
Spider-Man Miles Morales.
I mean, okay, yeah. I mean, it's an easy one, but I totally agree.
You want Spider-Man to be young. You want him to be at school. You want him to be original, fresh.
Bobby Diamonds doesn't. He wants to be Spider-Man.
No, because Tom Holland can grow up and you can have him older. Sure. You can have Spider-Man older. You want to engage with the youth of today? Yeah. You make a Miles Morales movie.
That's pretty good.
His powers spin out of...
Sorry.
Yeah. Spin a web. They spin out of Peter Parker's
You
powers.
didn't need to explain it.
Thank you.
I
Thank you very
got
much.
it.
Yeah.
I got it. Yeah.
He's reluctant to take up the mantle.
Yep.
Only after the death of Peter Parker in the Ultimate Universe does he realise that it's his responsibility to do it, to take up the mantle.
Great power.
Yeah, comes great responsibility. He's young, he's fresh, he's got a dark family going on there. His uncle is the Prowler. And he's close to his uncle, so it's a little bit different in that Peter's uncle was Uncle Ben and got killed. The Prowler is the antithesis of that because Uncle Ben is the ultimate good.
Mm-hmm. He has a mixed race background as well, doesn't he?
I believe he does. Yeah.
Does he have African American parent and a Hispanic American parent?
Let's say yes.
Yes, I don't know which is. I can't quite remember. If I'm honest with you, I think his dad might be
African American, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So.
Fine.
Yeah.
Sure.
African American father and Puerto Rican mother.
Beg your pardon, Puerto Rican.
13-year-old boy. Miles Morales, Spider-Man. There is no reason on earth to not make that movie.
Fantastic. And I have to say as well, Miles Morales in Champions is brilliant. Absolutely superb.
He is a stroke of genius on Miles' part, a reinvention, a reboot of the character, of a much-loved character that works on every level, that's interesting, that's exciting to read and watch. Like, he is the reboot 101. If you're going to reboot a character, do it like this.
This is how you do it, yeah.
Because
I agree.
You don't get rid of your old character. Mm-hmm. That character is loved and exists and has their own stories and can evolve, but you want to maintain.
Become Spidey.
Yeah, but Spider-Man goes off. Peter Parker goes off and he can evolve and people like that.
Yeah,
but you don't want to lose that golden goose.
I still want to know who owns the cinematic rights to Miles Morales. I really want to know that.
I don't know.
Yeah, that would be good. I'd go with that one. Yeah, I'd go with that.
He also has powers that are slightly different. He has some camouflage powers. Makes him more modern, more up to date. Gives a little edge, you know.
Mm-hmm. I think he can do some kind of concussive blast as well, can't he?
Yeah, he can. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Venom blast. Yeah.
Hey, got it.
Yeah. Or Venom Strike, I think they call
Venom
it.
Strike. Yeah.
I just think he's great. I think for kids of today, he's great.
Yeah, I'd go with that as well. Definitely.
So yeah, that's mine.
Very good.
Number 2.
Very good.
Thanks.
Drax the Destroyer. That's my second one.
Disagree.
Now, let me read my little spiel and let's see if you agree after that. Okay, so due to his popularity above Guardians of the Galaxy and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2...
Dave Bautista is a great actor.
Yes, I completely agree. And he'll no doubt be a huge part, a huge draw in Avengers 3 and 4.
He better kill Thanos.
I'd like to see us exploring possibly some of the early days of Drax the Destroyer. So what happened to him when his family died? What then led him to be in that jail inside the Celestial's head or wherever? No, it wasn't in there, was it? It was somewhere else. I forget the name of it.
Xandar?
No. It was floating in space. I can't remember what it's called. But it was in that prison, basically, where they found him. What led him to go in there? And before he got in there, was it a different version of Drax before he evolved? Because Drax in Annihilation, he is one way, and he's kind of dumb, and he's massive and a huge brute. And then he sort of evolves, doesn't he? And he becomes a bit smarter, a bit less powerful, but a bit more... almost like Dave Bautista in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
But what it would do is it would give you an adventure out in the stars, not set on Earth, so something different. It will show you Drax's origins. This is why I'm thinking origins. It could be a continuation of the character we have now, but I was trying to get it so it's more interesting to you. So what led Drax to be the Destroyer? What led Drax to end up in that jail? What happened to him, basically, after his family died?
Drax should be a villain.
Sure, I know, but he's not.
Which is why I was going to honourably mention Ares as a character. I don't want him to have his own movie, but I'd like to see him in a side movie, an Avengers light type thing. So he's very much the Drax type character, a strong, silent, was a villain, anti-hero type. Can they carry a movie on their own?
Who knows? I think that Dave Bautista is talented enough, and people like the character enough for he'd have to bounce off of someone. So, like at the moment, he bounces off Peter Quill and Rocket and Gamora and all this sort of thing. So you'd have to have someone next to him to bounce off of to have the MCU version of Drax's quirkiness. Or they don't do that. They go the different way. They make him this sullen, angry, killing machine that he is in the comic books, and then what happens to him? What happens? How does he end up in that prison? I just thought it'd be an interesting one. I thought, and it gives you a cosmic story as well.
Yeah, well,
It doesn't set it in
that
Earth.
stuff. Yeah,
Gives it a cosmic story. Maybe he has something he bumps into the Nova Corps in some way. You know, who knows?
I
I thought that would be interesting.
I'd be more interested in future Drax. I know what you mean,
Sure, yeah.
But-
But again, a possibility.
but what if take your idea,
Yeah.
where he's a de-evolved monstrosity type thing rather than the smart one. What if something happens in the Avengers series at the minute that causes him to evolve into a hulking type beast?
I'd go with that. I'd absolutely go with that.
Because
yeah.
I think there's just right now, and I'm thinking Solo, the film Solo, it's answering questions I don't need answered.
Sure.
And I'm not
okay.
saying that's the same with Drax.
But
'cause
I
there
wouldn't
might be parts.
recast Drax. I'm not recasting Drax with Alden Ehrenreich.
No.
I'm saying it's Dave Bautista.
So what
He
you're saying
is
is
Drax.
Alden Ehrenreich can't play Drax.
Confirmed.
Confirmed.
Alden Ehrenreich is no Drax.
Yeah, no, it's a good shout. Yeah.
yeah.
I'd watch that.
Yeah, would you?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Do you want to
All
hear
right.
my third and final?
Sure.
She-Hulk.
Oh! I had She-Hulk as well.
Did you?
Yeah, look.
She-Hulk, yeah.
She-Hulk. I've even written a bit of a spiel.
So, because Hulk is really popular,
Damn right. Exactly right. Yes.
strong female character,
Very strong.
and
female
not
character.
even joking strong physically. She's a lawyer. She's one of the best lawyers out there.
And I think she should be. I think the Avengers need a lawyer.
Can you stop tapping the table, please?
No.
Oh.
Sorry. Yeah, the Avengers need a lawyer.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe to help them and give them some advice when they're signing things like Sokovia Accords and things like that.
She's funny.
Yes,
She breaks the fourth wall like Deadpool does.
Yeah.
You could play into that. You could make it an Ally McBeal type movie. You could make it
Yeah.
funny, interesting, feminine but strong. I just think She-Hulk as a movie would be great. Do it in a law firm, but make the wackiness the fact that she's a 7-foot green woman.
I do wonder, from what you've just said there and from what I've said as well, is if she'd be more suited to a Netflix sort of show of some kind. And I say Netflix or maybe Disney's new streaming service, whatever it's called.
But I think she deserves the spectacle because she probably would have
Absolutely.
big fights.
Absolutely. And you can have her because she can never change back to normal, can she? She's always hulked out.
No, there are two versions along the different timeline. Initially,
Sure.
she can choose to, and it's triggered. Firstly, in the initial concept of it was triggered much like Bruce Banner's was when she got
angry.
Was it anger or was it something else? It was something else, I think.
Because in Civil War 2
Yeah.
and some of the other comic books I've read, she's always...
No, yes, you're right. It is anger initially, but then later on she has the power to change at will.
Yeah.
And then after that, she's then fixed in She-Hulk form.
Yes.
And then later on again, she's given the ability to change back.
Because I've seen a version of her where she's She-Hulk all the time,
Yeah.
but completely in control of her faculties.
Oh, yeah, no, she's always in control of
she's
her faculties.
smart, she's clever, she's, she can talk, she can go into a courtroom and fight a case.
Yeah,
However, she then gets angry when she's She-Hulk. She then hulks out even more and becomes
A monster, yeah. That can
not
happen.
quite Hulk level monster, like where's no mind at all, like a marauding toddler, but in control of her faculties, can still talk, but less willing to give you any time, more likely to smash.
In Avengers Disassembled,
Yeah.
the precursor to House of M and New Avengers that was back in the early 2000s, it's a fantastic book. I recommend everyone read it. In that, she's triggered to Hulk out worse than she normally does, is out of control, and she's the person that rips Vision in half. She kills Vision,
which leads to Wanda going a little bit.
No, Wanda's already gone mental.
Oh, she's already gone that way.
Yeah,
Fine,
yeah.
okay.
I think She-Hulk would be a great character. Who would you?
And
cast?
she gets a. Who would I cast?
Yeah.
Oh God.
And I think what you should do is CGI a person to be bigger, not.
Yeah, completely.
Don't make a full CGI character. Just have a character that's athletic and make them slightly bigger in the scene.
They've CGI'd Chris Evans' massive head onto a smaller guy's body.
Yeah.
So they just need to. What you don't want is, for example, you don't want 1970s Hulk TV show where you've got huge hulking Lou Ferrigno walking around as a. Yeah, you don't want that. I wouldn't want like a bodybuilder sort of type.
Exactly. That's it.
I would want an actress, an actor who can act, and then you CGI.
But has a very athletic physique.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who would you have?
I really don't know.
Alison Brie, maybe?
Is she the one from...
She's in Mad Men. She's in Community, I think.
Yes, I know who you mean. Yeah. Maybe, yeah. Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, she's got chops. She's funny as well, comedic timing. She sort of need a bit of that. She was in the Lego movie as well as the Princess Unicorn Kitty or something like that.
All right, yeah.
I can't remember. Anyway, I don't know. That's just straight off the top of my head. You put me on the spot there.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah.
But no, my third choice was She-Hulk as well.
Cool. We thought similarly.
Yeah, there you go. Mine's pretty diverse in the fact that I've got an android, an alien, and a female Hulk.
Yeah.
I feel like I've done diverse very well there.
What did people say on the internet about this?
People said quite a lot on the internet about this.
I want to summarise some of them for us.
Maybe I will. I'll go through what I can, what I've made a note of here, and I'll read it out.
Okay.
So, here we have a Hulk, which is at We Have a Hulk pod. Nicola and Chris have said they'd love to see Miss Marvel film, since we would have had a Captain Marvel film by that point,
Yep.
and then they could slowly build up towards the champions, so taking on Miles Morales as well. Yeah. We did. What I did think about, what's he called? Hulk, Totally Awesome Hulk, something Cho.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name now. I've lost it. But yeah,
Amadeus Cho.
That's right. Then you've got Nova in there as well, and you've got young Cyclops.
But would you go for champions, or would they do a Young Avengers? I reckon
Yes.
they'd do a Young Avengers.
Yes.
Because the name.
Sure.
But then it'll be I reckon as a comic book fan, you'd recognise it as amalgamation of some Young Avengers characters and some champions, but it'd be called Young Avengers so that you could like slap that title on inside of it.
Whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever. Thank you very much. I'd like to see Miss Marvel on screen.
Yep.
Actually, she'd be great.
Yep.
She'd be a great character to have on screen.
Female characters.
Plus she's she'd be our first, I believe, Muslim MCU superhero. So that'd be great.
I believe so.
Tony Green, which is at Tony Green 284, said he wants to see Wolverine, Cable and Bishop, and Hulk come back for a solo outing.
Yeah, they've all had their own things, though. You know, I don't disagree with you, but they've all had their own...
Only Hulk has had an MCU sort of solo outing. So a Wolverine MCU solo movie...
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
Yeah.
A Cable and Bishop solo MCU movie...
I think we're a long way off that.
A long way. But one day, that would be good.
Yeah.
And give Hulk his own movie. Yeah.
Go for She-Hulk first, in my opinion.
Fine, go for it. Jim Bob Squarepants,
hey, Jim.
at Vintage GT. Hey Jim, long time no speak. He said Blade.
Yeah.
Hulk again. Silver Surfer.
Of those three, I'd pay for a Silver Surfer movie.
If we had Dan Slott's last run on Silver Surfer, it would absolutely break people's hearts because it was one of the best comic books I've read. Brilliant.
I reckon they'd have to do him being Gyllenhaal. I reckon they'd have to do an origin of him first. I reckon they'd have to do Galactus's Herald, something like that. Or open it with very quick explanation of I was once Galactus's Herald, and then come back and then make the big bad guy Galactus, or he has to go to Galactus, something like that.
Sure. Yeah. Go with that. Fine.
Yeah. Also, that would give me an on-screen comic accurate Galactus, which I would wet my pants over.
What, you mean instead of a great big misty
Yeah.
piece of space cosmic
Yeah,
stuff?
Galactus is one of my favourite Marvel characters.
If done right, could be cool.
Yep.
Dan Tween at Dan Burden 1138.
Hi, Dan.
I think what Dan's done is he's looked at what's come before and said he wants continuations of that.
Yep.
So he wants Spider-Man Homecoming 2.
It's coming.
He wants Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. He
It's
wants
coming.
Doctor Strange 2.
Don't know.
He wants Black Widow.
Supposedly coming.
He wants Fantastic Four.
Doubt it.
He wants New Avengers.
Absolutely 100% behind you, Dan.
And he says, tagline, this new phase will be, in quotes, fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah, very good. I like that.
Yeah,
It's not bad at all. Tommy, which is at the Mad King 28,
Hi, Tommy.
said he wants Nova.
Yes.
Set up Annihilation Wave.
Yes.
Yes! Sorry. He wants Spider-Gwen.
Yeah,
Origin story.
I think Spider-Gwen, for me, sits in the same category as Spider-Woman, She-Hulk, Miles Morales. For me, it's that diverse, interesting character that's linked to other characters that gives you something new and interesting and fun that ties back in.
See, I don't know, though, if Spider-Gwen would be an MCU creation or would live under Sony's banner.
Maybe, but if
I
we're
think,
talking
though,
about that-
she was created early enough, more recently enough to be an MCU property.
Possibly.
So who knows? Who knows? But an origin story for Spider-Man would be good. He says. Silver Surfer again.
Yeah.
He said origin story with Galactus leading to Fantastic Four
See,
reboot
Tommy and me,
that
we are-
has Galactus in it, for crying out loud.
Tommy and I, we are one mind.
And then he's given us a fourth. He's put, he's cheated. He wants Storm to become the Queen of Wakanda.
I would, oh my God. I would love Black Panther 2 to be a wedding story. And do you know what? Make it a comedy action trial where the intent is for Storm and Black Panther T'Challa to be married, and they keep struggling to get to that point, and then the final scene is them being married in a much more relaxed setting to what they.
So it's not a world-ending event.
No.
It's they keep on getting.
Or a world-ending event stops them being married.
Okay.
Man,
Yeah.
I would love that because their relationship is superb in the comics.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. They're not married in the comics anymore, though, are they?
You shut your damn mouth.
Sorry. Thanks very much, Tommy. TJ, which is at Hero1197.
Hi,
TJ himself
TJ.
from the Invincible podcast.
Yes.
He would like to see Black Widow standalone movie. This is, it's not standalone, but this is great. This would be good. Marvel Illuminati versus Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
The Marvel Illuminati is brilliant.
I'd just like to see a Marvel Illuminati film where they're sat in a room talking about stuff that they've interacted with over the last 10 years and how it's tied into other events.
There's something wonderful.
That would be brilliant.
Yeah, there's something wonderful about the Illuminati because they're these super powerful people, and not just powerful as in like I can fire amazing blasts out of my hands, like super controlling, understanding the entirety of the universe, all working together for this greater good. It's brilliant.
What's the core of Illuminati? It's Tony Stark, it's Professor
Bolt.
X, Black Bolt, Namor,
Namor.
and Mr. Fantastic. Right?
Doctor Strange.
Oh, and Doctor Strange. Or Doctor Strange instead of Mr. Fantastic.
I forget. I think they all are on it. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
And
Good
finally, TJ said Blade.
shout. I'm not interested in Blade.
I'm telling you, a Blade movie is coming. It is coming.
Yeah,
or
I'm
Blade
sure.
TV
I'm
show
sure,
is
but-
coming, definitely.
No.
Jack and the Geeks Talk, at Jack and the Geeks Talk, said Wonder Man.
See, I thought about Wonder Man. I just don't think I'm that fussed. But if you have Wonder Man, you can do some interesting stuff with the Vision and Ultron. You can bring it all
Yeah.
back together because they're linked in the
In the
comics.
comics. Yeah.
You can do something interesting with them. Yeah.
Is it in the comics, the Vision's brainwaves are based on Wonder Man's
I
brainwaves?
believe so, yeah.
so.
Which is why Wanda and the Vision do eventually get married because Simon, Wonder Man, and Wanda had a relationship before.
Incestuous, I guess.
Yeah, weird. Yeah.
Right, yeah. Again, Spider-Woman, we get one of those. That's very good.
They're correct.
And now we're not going to like this. I didn't like this, and you definitely won't like this. But he said, this is Dave who's at Crutchy, from Jack and the Geeks. So he said, Gambit. I want that film, not with Channing Tatum, but I want one.
Nah.
I don't think it's going to happen for a while. I really don't. Anyway, thanks so much, Dave, from Jack and the Geeks Talk. Lillian Sue, which is at LSue23.
Hi, Lillian.
She said, I'm intrigued by Namor's solo outing as well as what becomes of the Black Widow film. Now,
Yeah, I'm fully on
I'd be
board.
okay with a
film,
Namor
yeah.
outing, because if you look at what DC are doing with Aquaman, there would be some kind of appeal for a version of that in the Marvel universe, and Namor is he's the original superhero, right? I believe.
Yeah.
So, and he's a mutant, right?
He might be the first mutant.
The first
yeah.
mutant,
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
I've said this before on a podcast. Who's the guy from High School Musical?
Zac Efron.
Zac Efron for Namor. Zac Efron for Namor.
Hashtag Zac Efron for Namor. Okay. I thought it would need to be a bit older. Who knows?
He could be so old that it doesn't matter. You know, he's aged that well. But he's cut like him. He's got the arrogance of him. He's an attractive man.
You want to see Zac Efron seducing Fantastic Four's Sue Storm, don't you?
I want to see Zac Efron in his pants for 2 hours. What's wrong with that?
Nothing's wrong with that. Do you want wings on feet?
Yes, I want wings.
You want
on
wings
feet.
on feet as well? Okay, just checking. Sarah Jane, coffee cup pizza, something else, which
Hey,
is
Sarah Jane.
at Pinktastic615. She said hashtag Black Widow.
Yeah, it's coming.
Hashtag Hawkeye.
Not so interested.
And either Nova or Winter Soldier.
I'll give you both. You can have both of those.
She also said that she'd settle for hashtag Clintasha team up, a Moon Knight show, and Captain Britain.
All right, Sarah. Hold your horses. We asked for 3.
We did. I think I even might have asked for 1, but hey,
Yeah.
you know, whatever. People can send whatever they like.
I'm really not interested in Hawkeye at all, but I agree Black Widow would be great.
A couple of people have said Hawkeye based on the Matt Fraction comic book run.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Captain
Which I've
Britain.
not read, but I hear is very, very
Yeah, it
good.
seems to be great, yeah. Captain Britain can do one, but Moon Knight would be great.
Again, I feel like Moon Knight is more suited for TV, but who knows? If they did
Batman.
a movie, it'd just be Batman,
But Moon Knight.
but Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just do that.
Thank you very much, Sarah Jane. Lee Goff, which is at Lee Goff1.
Hi, Lee.
Magneto, Rogue, and Star-Lord. Now, I thought that Rogue would be a fantastic idea. Magneto, we've sort of had a little bit in X-Men First Class.
But there was a fantastic...
Star-Lord would be good as well.
Yeah, Star-Lord would be good. There was a fantastic Magneto Rogue love story.
So you want to smash those two together into one?
Yeah.
Okay, could do that. Yeah, there was. You've told me about this before, where they sort of awkwardly sort of come to realise that maybe they love each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, strange. Yeah, okay. Getting to the end now. Thank you very much, Lee. That would be interesting. James Carroll said, who is at I am Jack's Musings, and I can't believe that I didn't consider this either.
Yeah.
Give me X-23. Give me Miss Marvel. Give me Miles Morales' Spider-Man. And then make them the backbone of the MCU champions.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah.
But again, you could call them Young Avengers and different
That's what
members
you
and
do, I
whatnot.
reckon, yeah.
But X-23, after seeing that character in Logan, I can't believe I didn't even think of that. But I think that Marvel would possibly do a slightly older version of it. So not the, what was she, 10 or 11 in Logan?
Yeah, she's young.
Yeah, so maybe like a 15, 16, 17 sort of version, yeah.
Because that's the disposable income
Yeah.
target.
Yeah, there you
Make
go.
a strong female for that window.
And finally, Thomas Kirk, which is at Thomas Kirk M, said Kitty Pryde, also known as Shadowcat.
Yeah,
I'd
great.
go along with that.
Yeah.
Mockingbird.
Yes, 100% Mockingbird because it will tie into my Spider-Woman film.
Yes, it would.
Yes.
Yes, it would. And again, I'm going to go back to Civil War 2. I'm sorry. But in Civil War 2, after Clint Barton got sort of let off for killing Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
Spoilers,
Yeah.
I guess. He's not really dead.
Right.
She took herself away and went on a cruise and had like a murder mystery type of adventure.
Yeah, she's
and
great.
the comic book was flaming excellent. It was so funny as well.
If you did a Spider-Woman film where it's this espionage thing with Hydra and S.H.I.E.L.D.,
Yeah.
Spider-Woman, Jessica Drew could be best friends with Mockingbird and then you could have a spin-off of Mockingbird movie.
Yeah, definitely. Go with that.
Or the other way around.
Yeah. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
And he also said one for the UK, Captain Britain. Now, Captain Britain, his powers are magic-based, aren't they?
I have no interest in Captain Britain whatsoever.
I must admit, I'm not that fussed about Captain Britain. I don't really know if I want a UK-based superhero. And if I do, I don't know if I want it to be Captain Britain.
The trouble with him is his name.
It's not, we don't call ourselves Britain.
I know, and also I get that he's a different thing, and he has a different origin, and it's completely separate. But from the outside in, it's a knockoff of Captain America.
Sure. Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is.
Just make it.
Just like Thanos is a knockoff of
Darkseid.
Of Darkseid, and
but it's obvious though, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, sure.
That's the end of our list. Thank you so much, everybody, for
And
interacting with us.
we had so many people message us about this, and if I were to read them all, we'd still be here in about an hour's time. So I thank every single one of you for messaging in.
Yeah.
It's great of you, and I'll tag the guys that we read out. But thank you. That's great.
Thank you.
That's it. We've done solo movies for MCU after Avengers 4.
I think Feige should be listening.
How many of them do you think will actually be made?
None. No, I don't know. I think you're going to start getting some really strong female characters. I think Wonder Woman has paved the way for that.
Of the 3 you've made, pick one that you think would nailed on be made. When I say made, of the 3 you picked.
She-Hulk.
See, I want to go Vision.
Okay.
Because you said She-Hulk. Because if you didn't say She-Hulk, I would have said She-Hulk.
Then I'll say Spider-Woman.
Okay, fine. I'll say She-Hulk.
All of mine.
Okay, yeah.
So, Ben, this is the point where I ask you to tell the listeners where they can find us, to tell us what idiots we've been and how mistakes we've made along the way.
Yeah, they can do all of that. Do you know what? You know what I'm going to say? The best thing to do is to go to nerdschatting.podbean.com, click on the social link, and you'll find us. Yeah. You'll find us on Twitter. You'll find us on Facebook. You'll find us on Instagram. You'll find us on YouTube. We don't know anything from that.
So what you're saying is, the internet?
Yeah.
You'll find us there.
Yeah, you'll find us on the internet. Go to nerdschatting.podbean.com and just follow us off the links on there. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, as I said. And we're also, this podcast is available for free download on iTunes.
I think we'll be on Spotify soon as well.
Will we?
Yeah.
What's happening with that?
Breaking news. It's not breaking. I don't know. Hold one moment.
Because didn't it say it was pending?
Yeah, but I think
awaiting review or something.
Yeah, they do it like they do it periodically. So this is good.
Sorry,
stuff.
periodically.
Yeah, they do it. They do it periodically. Let's have a look. See if
My God, if we're on Spotify, I think I might wet myself.
It's still under review.
Under review.
It's coming.
Right, yeah.
It's coming.
Surely they're going to review it and they're going to go, what are these dickheads talking about? They're a bunch of idiots.
No, I think it's fine.
Okay, fine. What are we talking about next week, Nate?
We're talking about the most underrated sequels of all time.
Really? And as a side question, why are sequels so hard to get right?
Yeah.
After they make a brilliant first movie, why do they always go so wrong with the sequels? We'll talk about it next week.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.
Bye.